Peace, 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 and prosperity and progression to the family. What up, what up? This is Brian James, and I'm coming to you with another installment, another episode from the story of my life. It's the incredible true story. And what makes the story incredible is not so much, everything's all peachy and creamy all the fucking time. No, what makes the story incredible is the obstacles that a nigga is facing, a nigga must overcome. Both the obstacles within myself and both the obstacles without myself, meaning the obstacles that are external. You know what I'm saying? And so this is going to be like a vent slash rant slash stream of consciousness slash stream of wisdom slash, you already know what the fuck it is. It's going to be some high value because what I'm doing in this is I'm going to give you some insight that I'm recognizing that I believe is going to be able to help you navigate, this world and this earth and this journey. Now, if you think the world is cold, some people think that the world is just cold and, fucked up, and, that's true. That's reality. The world is very cold. But also there's another reality that you need to understand. The reality of the cold world is just the reality that you happen to be experiencing. That's just the aspect of the world that you currently have access to. There are other aspects of the world that are more abundant, more warm, but you have to find those environments and you have to surround yourself with those environments. You have to become a part of those environments, integrate and infiltrate into those environments. For example, you got the hood and then you got Beverly Hills. You know what I'm saying? And you have all this wealth surround in New York, but you also have all this poverty in the streets. So how the fuck is it that you can have billionaires living, one block away from the motherfucking slums, but just in tall buildings and high up? The slums are down here, but over here, and then the billionaires is living up on the top floor over here. Like, how can you have so much wealth, you know what I'm saying, surrounded by so much poverty? Like, the wealth and the poverty are on the same fucking frequency, a block away, not even, So how does that exist? I'll tell you why it exists. It exists because your environment is not so much where you are. Your environment is who you are around, the type of people that you interact with, your circle, your family, your partners, your business partners, your associates. The people around you determine everything in life. And the quality of who you are within determines the type of people that you have around you, the risks you're willing to take to get around these people, the value that you're bringing to the table, you know what I'm saying, the clarity that you have in your communication, and also the endurance and the persistence that you have and the perseverance when you're building your value. Because when you're building your value, that's the toughest part. When you're building your company, you need an investor. You know what I'm saying? You need an investment. You know what I'm saying? But when your company is already established and successful, people are, hey, can I invest in you? Because they want to make money off of you. You're already fucking proven. Motherfucker, where were you when I was motherfucking struggling at 25 and a half years old? Where were you when I was motherfucking struggling trying to get my fucking shit off the ground? And I really needed investors. I really needed an investor back then. You know what I'm saying? I need an investor right now. Where were you? But now when my company's motherfucking established, you want to invest in it now? Where the fuck were you fucking 10 years ago, nigga? The fuck is going on? So that's the situation, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and it just is what it is, when it comes to, getting a loan from a bank. When you have no money, it's hard to get a loan from a bank. When you have money, banks are trying to loan money to you because you're a less risky asset. You're a strong asset, potential asset, because you're able to pay the interest on the loan back, which is how the bank makes money. And they also make money by selling those debts and selling those loans to investors. So basically you're paying back an investor, but you think you're paying back the bank. But anyways, that's another topic for another time. Anyways, so much wealth around so much poverty. It's all about your environment. And what I'm going to call this video is, you should not be ashamed to be broke. You should never be ashamed to be broke. And the reason why you should never be ashamed to be broke is because all wealth is inherited, whether one person gives it to you or a million customers do. All wealth is inherited. So all money has to be given to you, period. All money, you don't make money yourself. You don't print the money yourself. The money comes from somewhere. You know, so how are you getting your money? You know what I'm saying? You can steal your money, rob your money, lick your money, take your money. You know what I'm saying? You can render a service to someone who has money, and that's how you can make money. You're exchanging your service in exchange for their money. You can sell your time for money. You know what I'm saying? You can consult people and spend an hour, 2 hours with them on the phone, and they can pay you for that phone call. You can, there's a whole lot of different ways to make money. The best way is to have a service and have people paying for that service, you know, and then have that service and set up in the way under a business model that works for you and your time and how you want to spend it and how you want to live your life. Now, the way that most people are making their money, most people are making an existence, not a living. So, you know, you got to make a killing in order to make a living. That's crazy. You got to make a killing just to live. But most people are just existing because, you know, they're working these jobs that are undervaluing them, undervaluing their time, undervaluing their skill set, undervaluing their experience, and their wages are intentionally stagnated in some of these corporations and organizations and, you know, government off brands that they fucking work for, you know, quote unquote school systems, you know, teachers and all that. Wages are intentionally stagnated while things go up. You know, the economy is supposed to go up because the economy is supposed to grow, so things are supposed to get more expensive. Rent is supposed to go up because the value of our land is supposed to go up. The taxes on that land is supposed to go up. The costs of goods and services that landlords need to be able to operate and maintain a property go up, so they need to charge you more in rent. Because the value of the dollar is going down, and the value of the dollar is going down because more money is actually available in the economy. You just don't have access to any because you're not around the right people and you don't have a relationship established, right? So going back to all wealth being inherited, you should never be ashamed of being broke because all your money, any money that you get, is always going to come from someplace else, right? People be like, oh, you're a seed and, you know, God put everything inside of you. No, God motherfucking didn't put everything inside of you. God put what he needed to put inside of you in order for you to have the inspiration and the impulses to, you know, create profitable outcomes for yourself. But you still need money at the beginning of the day. Money is very earthly. Money is a resource, and you have to have a system for generating that money. If nobody built that system for you or established that, then you have to establish that system for yourself. And while you're planning and building and developing that system out and designing it to be perfect, you're not fucking making money, but it's costing you everything. It's costing your time, it's costing your hours, your blood, your sweat, and your life. And you don't get that back. I'm 25 and a half years old. You know what I'm saying? I got 25 full rotations around the sun. That's not a lot of time. You're 50 years old, you have 50 rotations around the sun. That's not a lot of time. You live to 80, live to 100, you got 80 to 100 rotations around the sun. So you go around the sun 100 times and then you're fucking dead. We don't have a lot of time to get our motherfucking shit together. So I think that a large aspect of making money also includes how you spend your time and who you spend your time with. So I'm spending my time making this video because I believe it's going to deliver value to someone's life that can kind of cut their knowledge or their learning curve short, which means that they'll be in a position to make the money and be knowledgeable and make the right decisions for themselves at a much younger age, or in a certain, you know, because I'm out here, I'm gathering all the information, I'm out here failing in business, failing in life, and there's nothing wrong with failure. Failure is just a temporary state of performance underneath your true potential. So if your potential is here, you're failing as long as you're not maximizing your potential. So that's why 99% of the people on the planet are failing. And most people are beating themselves up about failing, but they don't realize that failure is just a temporary state of performance underneath their true potential. What you don't want to do is be mediocre. And mediocrity is you just settling for whatever's like most comfortable for you. and then that's it, you know, whatever appears most comfortable. I always say that entrepreneurs put up with a temporary um, amount of suffering in their life. Like true driven entrepreneurs, they put up with a temporary phase of suffering. But you know, people work 9 to 5 and that's all they do. You know, most 9 to 5 workers put up with suffering for life. So the whole purpose of, you know, being an entrepreneur, like I might be broke as fuck right now, like I don't got a fucking dime on me, and literally I'm about to go to the supermarket and steal some fucking food. That's what I'm about to fucking do to feed myself. So that's the level that I'm at. But I realize that I'm an entrepreneur. Like I'm building a company, and I have to be strong in order to do that. And my priority is to create a business that's going to make my life easy and comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm going to make a lot of money. I know I'm going to be good, but right now I'm not fucking good at all financially. So, I basically just have a roof over my head and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I do live with my mom. I share a place with my mom, but she doesn't give me anything. She doesn't even let me use the car if I have a job interview or whatever. Like she doesn't. There's no help coming from nowhere. There's no motherfucking support. There's nothing in the fridge. I gotta fend for myself. So basically, my situation right now is all I have is a roof over my head and a place to sleep, which is more than a lot of people have. You know, by the way. So I'm grateful for that. But you know, I'm not grateful, and I'm very disappointed in a lot of my family members for just, you know, just I just realized, like, you know, all these people in your family could do is tell you to go get a job. But if you have a business plan or something that you're really working on, you know, for example, I did a consultation on a private jet with a business owner who had a budget of 15,000 a month to invest in something that he felt would be valuable. But I'm not in position to fulfill a service for him or to be responsible because I don't even have a fucking phone, you know. I'm using my iPad and Google Voice to basically communicate. So I'm putting myself through all these things because obviously for a reason, going through all this suffering for a reason, putting up with all this bullshit for a reason, because I believe in my vision and I believe in my plan and in my business. Even though it's going to be excruciatingly painful, I know that the suffering that I'm going through is going to be temporary because I'm failing right now. I'm performing temporarily beneath my true potential. But when I'm succeeding, that's when, you know, shit's going to turn up. You know what I'm saying? And it takes time before you're able to actually succeed at the level you need to succeed at. And the question is are you built to last? You know what I'm saying? You could be built, but are you built to last? So before you, you know, take on this journey of entrepreneurship, which is controlling your own destiny and fighting and battling, you know, the outside world as well as yourself, you know, are you built? Are you built to last? You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm broke right now. I have nothing to my fucking name. Not a fucking penny. You know what I'm saying? I have shit. I have the clothes on my back and the books and the knowledge just in my mind. But I did 2 consultations today with 2 different restaurants. You know, and the other thing is that a lot of these restaurants, you know, they look successful on the outside, but internally a lot of them are struggling with their management. A lot of them are fucking, you know, a lot of these restaurants are basically job replacers. So instead of having a 9 to 5, people wanted to be their own boss. And so they have this restaurant. But a lot of them are in a mentality to where, you know, you have to kind of work with them and it takes time to consult with them and understand where they're at. You know, they don't want to make the wrong decision. They're afraid of wasting time because they don't have a lot of it. And, you know, they have a lot of things that they don't want to give you leverage. So you kind of have to be a familiar face, be recognizable, patronize their business, show up, follow up. And it takes time to actually win somebody's trust for them to be able to really sit down with you and understand your value in full, you know? So that's what it is. And it also takes time for you, on your other hand, to be able to communicate your value effectively as well. So this entrepreneurship shit takes time, and it is hard, and it's difficult, and it's tough, you know? I've been in partnerships that should have worked, but they did not work because it takes time, and it takes time to focus and really dedicate yourself to this. So you shouldn't be ashamed, though. I'm not ashamed of being broke. You know what I'm saying? What I'm ashamed of is I'm ashamed of my family being broke because they shouldn't be fucking broke. You know, they're all working jobs. They all have careers. but they're still fucking broke. So what does that tell you? But they want to tell me to go get a fucking job. Well, obviously something's not fucking working in the family. And that the fact that this family can't even organize to where we can invest in someone that is an entrepreneur who can go out and secure a major bag and basically get rid of our financial problems. Because this guy is after a major fucking bag. You have to invest in your entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are where your wealth comes from. That's where wealth is generated, because entrepreneurs are responsible for building companies, right? Great companies are built with great company. So entrepreneurs succeed when they have the right company and the right people around them. That's what we do. We build relationships that are mutually beneficial and valuable. We have a service to offer. We build a company around that. We hire, we employ people. We create customers, because ultimately everyone gets their money from a customer at some point. You could work a job, but the place where you work wouldn't even be in existence if it didn't have any customers. So everyone is responsible to a customer. Entrepreneurs create jobs, right? I'm a fucking entrepreneur, but I come from a family of people who have a poverty mindset. They all have poverty mindsets. They're all just, hey, go get a fucking job just over broke and be just over broke. You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving, I let everybody have it. I let them know where I was at and that I needed help. I needed an investment. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I said that, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go get a motherfucking job. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I need. I need help to go get a fucking job. The next week, you know, my aunt mailed me a letter, and she mailed me $10 and said, good luck with your fucking interview. You know, what is $10 going to fucking do? It's going to get me a slice of pizza? If that, you know what I'm saying? $10 is not going to do anything for me. It's not, because it takes time to get a fucking job. You don't just get a job that actually pays, and not no fucking minimum wage, because minimum wage is designed to oppress you and make you feel like your time is, you know, I'm 25 years old. I have no right to be working minimum wage. You know, the minimum that I will settle for is my age per hour in income. And, you know, it takes time to go on interviews. You have to look good, because when you look good, you can represent yourself well. And when you represent yourself well, the other people feel like, okay, he's taking care of himself. He's definitely going to take care of our company and our customer. He's going to take care of us. This is an asset. You know, it takes time to land the right, you know what I'm saying? And also, people tell you, hey, go get a job. But they don't tell you how. They don't tell you where to start, where to look, what would be right for you. They have no referrals or no relationships established to be able to help you get the right connections. You got to build everything on your fucking own. So not only as an entrepreneur, you got to take care of yourself and your own life, but you got to take care of your business, and you got to take care of your dream when nobody else is taking care of that shit for you. You know, the other thing is that people could tell you go get a job, but I'm literally just finding out a few months ago that, hey, in order for your resume, most of these jobs are accepting resumes online, but most of them use what you call the ATS, which is the applicant tracking system. It's applicant tracking software that basically reads the resumes for the employer. So all your shit is being read by a robot, and that robot is determining the fate of whether you actually get an interview or not. And if your resume is not formatted properly for the robot to read, then your resume is not getting past the ATS system. It's going to be instantly rejected, and you're going to get an automated email saying, hey, you know, we appreciate you submitting your application, but we've decided to go with another candidate. That's automated responses. And the reason why you're getting those responses is because your resume is not properly formatted to bypass the ATS system, which automatically rejects 75% of the resumes that are submitted. And so the applicants that are submitting their resumes that are actually high value are not able to get through the human eyes because their resume is not properly formatted. Meanwhile, nobody's telling them, hey, you have to format your resume with certain keywords. Your resume has to look a certain way and be structured a certain way. And it has to be formatted so that it can get past the instant auto rejection system. Well, what the fuck? You could be a hard-working motherfucker. You could have a lot of value. But if you don't have that information to be able to submit your resume to a fucking company to get it past that automated software system so that it can actually reach human eyes, you are fucked. You're just as broke as everybody else. It doesn't mean that your value is low. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means that you didn't have the knowledge. You are ignorant to the fact that these companies are using this software and they don't disclose that information. Not only don't they disclose saying, hey, we use applicant tracking software to basically screen our candidates, that would let you know that, okay, wait a minute, how does this software work? Because I need to figure out how to bypass this artificial intelligence if I'm going to have a fucking shot at this company. Because ultimately, it's a human being that's going to make a decision to hire me, not a fucking robot. You know what I'm saying? So if the companies are not disclosing it to you, then that means it's systematic in a way to automatically reject you. It's systematically oppressive because they're not telling you this information. And if they're not telling you how to successfully submit a resume, if your family's not telling you how to successfully submit a resume, if your prospective employer, the one you want to seek employment with, is not telling you, not disclosing to you how to be successful in submitting your resume, then what they're doing is they're teaching you to fail, right? If school's not teaching you how to become successful, then school's teaching you failure. If people around you are not teaching you actually how to do something with a step-by-step process and giving you the right information you need to win, then they are causing you to fail. And they don't even fucking know it. It's unintentional. But based on their brainwashed programming, which has been programmed by someone else, you know, and their poverty mindsets that they've been functioning and living off of, they don't even realize that they are liabilities to you. They don't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? So you could have all this value, but because you're surrounded by fucking assholes, you know what I'm saying? You're basically going to become a fucking asshole. And that's what you are. And that's another part of the struggle. But the reason why you should not be ashamed of being broke is because your family is supposed to put you in position to win. And if they did not do that, then you have to do it for yourself. And that process takes being broke until you actually start making money for yourself. And I don't just want to have money. I want to be in control of my own destiny. That means a lot to me. That's why I'm willing to go through the mud. I'm willing to fucking, you know, okay, I'm not making money right now. I don't got no money in my pocket right now. But guess what? I'm going to get my ass up out of bed today and I'm going to go visit a business owner. And I'm going to demonstrate my value. You know, I'm going to connect with them. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. And it takes a while to do that. You have to build that process out. You have to build trust and establish a relationship. And, you know, you have to just keep going through your leads and your numbers until you get your first fucking client. And the first client is going to be, you know, that's your toughest client. It's always the first client, which is going to be the toughest client because you never did it before. And so you're guessing, you're taking educated guesses, you're trying to, you know, stab in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Until you actually get it. You feel me? And then when you get it, you've just overcome such a major barrier because, you know, if 90% of businesses fail within the first 10 years and 80% of businesses fail within the first 2 years, well, how many people thinking about starting a business or actually trying to start a business never make it off the ground? That's really fucking scary. So again, a business is not just a concept or an idea. A business is actually an organization of systems, and those systems are a system for lead generation, which is marketing, getting attention, a system for sales, which is conversion, converting a lead into a paying customer, a system for fulfillment, which is getting your product or service into your customers' hands, a system for management, which is managing your system, your business systems properly and effectively. If you have poor management, you can't scale. You're just going to be kind of living day to day or living paycheck to paycheck as a business, or lease to lease. And you know, the last system is not the last or final system, but the last main core system is your financial management system. It's how you manage the finances of your business and reinvest your profits to grow and scale your company. So all of these systems contain processes, and these processes contain some form of a human being working together with technology or tools and equipment to make that system successful, and someone making decisions. So those are how those systems are built out. And once you have those plans and that in place, then you can have an actual real business, you know, a business that is actually organized and can be invested in. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I help businesses to do. But it's taken a while for me to get clients. You know what I'm saying? It's so hard to get off the ground and you broke. You know, I don't have a car. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any money. I don't have any income. So I'm basically just on my feet. And I got to use my mind. I got to use my intelligence. And, you know what I'm saying? I don't have anybody really supporting me financially. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the only one supporting myself financially. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. But that's the raw and honest motherfucking struggle. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's just what it is right now. But, you know, I'm not ashamed of being broke because I understand that money comes from somebody else. Someone has to give it to you. And that's period. It's period. It doesn't work any other way. You know what I'm saying? Someone has to give it to you if you want to make money. If you want to make money consistently in a healthy way, someone has to give it to you. And that's you. You know, people who work a job, someone has to give them that paycheck. You know what I'm saying? They're giving them that paycheck in exchange for their time and for their performance of a task. You know, but for me, it doesn't even make sense to pay someone to sit somewhere 8 hours and be stuck there. Like, why am I paying you just to be stuck in this one location if nothing else is going on? Like, hey, if we don't have clients or customers coming in, you can fucking leave. You can work from home. You can do whatever you want. Just maintain a strong relationship with the company. You know, come in when we need you. You know, like, they got people sitting here behind these desks doing absolutely nothing. They got people standing in Louis Vuitton all day, you know, as, you know, security or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But they you know what I'm saying? They're just got people standing all day. What kind of shit is that? You cannot get a fucking client all day. You feel me? And you just stood there all day. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get robots to pretty much replace that shit pretty soon. You feel me? So anyways, I know my time is valuable and that's why I'm willing to fight for my dream. And I'm not ashamed of being broke because in order to make money, you need a relationship with someone that's gonna pay you. You know, your job is a relationship to someone who's paying you. Your business is a relationship to a demographic of customers that are paying you, that are coming and showing up to your business because they're going to benefit from your product or service in some way, shape, or form. And all this shit takes time to build. And, you know, so you shouldn't be ashamed of being broke, especially if nobody gave you shit. Nobody gave you nothing. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of have to fucking, you know, figure it out. But if I can share my knowledge and my wisdom with you and actually give you a clear process, you know, level one is you begin at survival, which is, you know, you're trying to build your value. You're in pursuit of profit. You're chasing profit. If you're in pursuit of profit, you're not making no profit. You're in survival mode. You have to gather the necessary resources you need and the tools you need and fight, you know, to get off the ground. That's level one. Next level is building relationships around you to support your progress and your dreams and your goals. You have to network with people that have like minds. You have to network with people that have different skills because all money is actually exchanged for a skill of labor of some kind. You know, if you buy a cheeseburger, what you're actually paying for is someone's ability to make that cheeseburger happen. You know, that's what you're paying for. But the final result of their skill is the cheeseburger. So you're not actually paying for the cheeseburger. You want the cheeseburger. Your desired outcome is the cheeseburger, but you're paying for someone's skill set. So you have to surround yourself with supportive relationships that have the necessary skills that you don't have, because that positions you to be able to make money at a high level, because you are skipping the fucking middleman, which is the money, and you're gathering the skill sets around you. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you get the money. That's how you attract the money, because when you finally meet somebody with money, you know all these people with fucking skills, and you can put them on, you can organize a team, you can create a business out of that. So the next thing is level 3, which is self-esteem. And you get self-esteem when you have high performance systems and processes. If you have a business or you never had a business before, but you're thinking about starting a business, I probably just boosted your self-esteem a little bit by letting you know what the 5 core systems you need in your business, which are marketing, strategy, you need which is, you know, lead generation, get you leads, conversion, fulfillment, management, and financial management. Me letting you know that and me talking about that just lets you know, like, oh shit, there's a process to this. I need to have these in place. That gives you a little bit more confidence and self-esteem so that you can begin to take action, because the reality is that most of us don't procrastinate because we don't want to get the work done. We want to work. Most of us are not lazy. We want to fucking work. But we procrastinate because we're not sure if we're making the right decision or not at the right time. We procrastinate because we don't have guidance and leadership. We procrastinate because we might not have the resources to capitalize on something or do something right now. We don't know where we're going to get those resources from. It's hard to get your priorities in order when you're in survival mode. I talked to a business today and she told me she was at level 4. One of the people I consulted with. Let me just get this shit down real quick. So, I talked to a business today and she told me she was at level 4, you know, because it feels good to say. You know, in reality, she's at level 1, which is survival and pursuit of profit, because she doesn't have her priorities figured out. But she said she's at level 4. She looked at this really quickly and said, I'm at level 4 because I'm transforming, I'm figuring things out. Cool, I appreciate her saying that. However, when you don't know what your priorities are, when you don't know what the net, you know what I'm saying, with all this kind of stuff going on, you know, you're not quite at level 4 yet. You're trying to get to level 4. This is what she wants. She wants to be at level 4. You know, but then I'll go off on another tangent with that. But the thing is that level 4 is when you transform, when you adapt, when you renew, when you're continuously learning. And the thing is that we can be experiencing many of these different levels at the same time. It's not always one, but in terms of when you want to pinpoint where your business is at, where's your business at? So her mindset is here at level 4, but where's her business at level 1, right? My business is definitely at level 1. My mindset is on motherfucking level 7. You feel me? Service to humanity and the planet. But I have to fulfill the necessary requirements for each of these levels before I level up. So these are the activities that I'm trying to focus on, trying to get to level 7 physically in the earthly realm. You know, the next levels after level 4 is internal cohesion. When you're around people and you're around clients and customers that share your values, now you have a strong culture. You know what I'm saying? And culture just empowers you for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? And really, no strategy, no business strategy can outbeat your business culture. Because if I don't value organization, then my business strategy for my business is not going to reflect organization if I don't value it with my culture. Your culture is made up of what you value and believe. Now, the next level is level 6, which is making a difference. And that's when you have strategic alliances and partnerships. These are really high-level deals that you're making to support your success. And then the last level is, well, that's not really the last level, but the last level on this chart is level 7, which is service to humanity and the planet, where your business is now in a position to support other businesses and other people, and you don't need support. You're doing the supporting. You know what I'm saying? Level 8, which is not mentioned, is legacy, and that's when you set such a powerful example that other organizations want to emulate you, and they talk about you for life, for generations, for eons, because you did such and such. So most people are going to forever be trapped at level 1 because they don't realize that there's so much more to achieve, so they don't think bigger, or they forget their dreams and they stay stuck in level 1 or even beneath that, you know, which is mediocrity. So that's what it is. And I understand that this was long, but this was also a rant. I hope you guys got some value out of this, but understand that you should not be ashamed of being broke, because money comes from a relationship. You have to establish supportive relationships that are supporting your financial success. You have to get paid, and getting paid, money comes from someplace else. So while you're building that out, you know, understand that you are strong and you are great for even going through the process and starting the process of building that out. Like, I'm broke today. I might be broke a month from now. I might be broke a year from now. I might be still broke 2 years from now, but I will not be broke 10 years from now. I understand what I'm putting in because I believe in what I'm doing. And I'm not going to give up on myself and my vision just because other people can't see it. Really, I think they can. They can see a little bit of it because I'm very clear and articulate with what my vision is. What I think is that they don't have enough value within themselves to value what I have to give. So it's like, as an entrepreneur, I got the ability to deal with very high level clients, but I'm stuck in the hood, you know what I'm saying? So I have to kind of build with my community first, and it's tough doing that when everybody in your community thinks at a low level. So I am smarter than most of the business owners that I'm talking to. The business owners may have more money than me, but I have more knowledge than they do. I have the knowledge that they need to have, you know? And so I have to kind of humble myself and just be like a canvas, a blank canvas, and allow them to vent and kind of spit out all their bullshit on me so that I can get an understanding of the current reality, so that I can be able to communicate where I can inject my value, and that will enable them to know, like, and trust me, and justify them releasing their capital to me so I can get paid and take them on as a client. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think business is easy. This shit is not easy. You have to be trained for this shit, seasoned for this shit. Seasoned. You know what I'm saying? You have to work at it every day, and you got to be consistent. And I'm not giving up until I go through my lead list. So I have a list of about 40 leads, and sometimes it gets discouraging when people don't want to begin business with you right away, or they give you an objection like, we'll see about it, or you know, call me back next week. You know, sometimes when you're not getting a client right away, it can discourage you. When you're broke, that shit can discourage you. When your fucking mom is toxic, it can discourage you. When your father is not present, it can discourage you. When it feels like your friends are just laughing at you and watching you, that shit can discourage you. You know what I'm saying? We don't have what you need. That shit can discourage you. When you have the knowledge in your mind to be able to do something at a high level, but maybe your computer doesn't work and your internet is slow and it takes like 5 minutes to load one fucking page, it can discourage you. So a lot of things can discourage you, but this is where your strength is built and where your value is built, and you're proving to yourself that you want this as much as you really do. You know what I'm saying? So once you prove that to yourself, when you look somebody in the eyes, they have no choice but to respect you because they understand your process. So with that being said, peace and prosperity to the motherfucking family. Major bags this motherfucking year. Major money this year. And I hope you guys got some value and strength and elevation out of this. If you did, you know, leave a comment below, leave a like, and tap that motherfucking bell. You feel me? Peace. I love y'all. Let's motherfucking get it. And let's stay motherfucking strong out here. All right, one.